My expertise is in DNA.
Dr. Greg Hampikian is the director of the Idaho Innocence Project, an organization that uses DNA to overturn the convictions of people who have been wrongfully imprisoned for crimes they didn't commit. He's well versed on the pivotal role that DNA can play in these criminal investigations, speaking directly to the process of genealogy.
This is really the new way for cases that don't have a suspect. And that's a significant part of this case, for example. They didn't have a suspect to arrest, apparently, by motive or by other evidence until they got, it sounds like from the reports, this genealogical match.
Here's how it works. Police collect a DNA sample from a crime scene, like a swab of blood, and submit it to a crime lab. If they get no initial matches, they can then submit that DNA to independent commercial genealogy companies. These companies have databases of DNA from people all over the world who voluntarily submit samples to learn more about their family roots. Genealogists compare the DNA submitted by police with the DNA already in their databases and see if it matches up with a family pedigree. And because so many people have submitted these samples over the years, there's a higher probability of finding a match. But it can take time to zero in on the right person.
That can go back, hundreds of years. So you have to then do the paperwork to find out who's in the family, what birth records are there, what death records are there, who's alive, who could have been in the area at the time. And from that, then, they'll try to get a sample from the actual suspect.
So far, only 2 commercial genealogy companies allow for police access. For the ones that do, like GED Match, customers must give their consent before submitting their sample. Dr. Hampikian also emphasized that just because their DNA is found at the scene doesn't mean that that person committed the crime.
Just because you have DNA doesn't tell you what happened. It tells you who may have contributed.